You know, Portland hot like fire. Man identified only as Bertie shot dead. Wicked drive-by we're talking about right now. Touch up the thumbs up button. Share the video. Subscribe if you're new. You don't know if to give God the glory. Live to see another beautiful day. Now take a walk with me. A man was shot dead in a drive-by shooting in Frankland community in Bonebrook, Portland on Thursday afternoon. The deceased has been identified only as Bertie of Bonebrook address. Reports are that Bertie was standing near a bar shortly after 5:45 p.m. when a silver Toyota Corolla Axio motor car drove up with at least 3 men on board. Explosions were heard and the car reportedly sped off. Bertie was found suffering from multiple gunshot wounds to the head. Can you imagine? He was taken to a nearby hospital by the police where he was pronounced dead. 6 persons have been murdered in Portland police division since the start of the year. Normally, when time the year come to an end, all one or none murdered in Portland. Now, one a day. A serious things I talk about right now. Bloodshed on top of bloodshed. By the police and rush Bertie to the hospital. It was too late. The amount of gunshot them put in a man head. So you must know say how they came specific to kill him. Not to teach him a lesson or give him a wake up call. No, none of that. They came to take him soul from out his body. Leak out him blood. Serious things I talk about right now. So leave a thoughts down below. Send out some condolences to the family and friends. Right now the people in a Bonebrook right now wonder, what go on? Place hot. Party of your peep through window right now.
Welcome to Things My Ex Did and I Stayed. I find this trend to be very interesting because it shed a lot of light on how much a lot of us females is struggling with self-esteem and all those issues, you know, with loving ourselves. But I love all of the stories that I've been seeing, and I want to share my story also. This in no way, shape, or form describe the person that I am now, but yeah. The first thing, my ex, he wanted a child. I told him I wasn't ready. He then proceeded to tell me that I don't have to want to get a child for him because he had multiple females who wanted to get pregnant for him. And he also told me that he had one of the girls in an abortion because she was pregnant for him and he didn't want her to be the mother of his child. And I stayed even after he told me that. Yeah. Second thing, he had a female friend who always called him for every single manly thing that she wanted help with, or every single manly thing that she wanted done. That same female came to his house one night while my family and I was at his house, and he was there, and she called him outside. When she called him, he asked her what's up, and she said she came to spend the night with him. Bear in mind, she had another female friend with her. When I asked him why she would do that, he's like, he doesn't know because he'd never seen her naked before. And I stayed. Yeah. The next thing, what's the next thing? Wait a second, I don't remember. Yeah, so the next thing is I found out he was cheating on me, and the female that he was cheating on me with, he was still communicating with her. I asked him to stop communicating with her if they're not in anything anymore. I took his phone, deleted her number from his phone, and asked him not to communicate with her anymore. And he was still communicating with her. He resaved her number and they were still communicating. The other thing, during COVID, he had a business with one of his friends. They were selling fruits and vegetables, and they had to come to St. Elizabeth early morning to buy produce. He said he had to sleep at their house so that they could leave out early due to lockdown. And I stayed. How? I don't know. He posted a female friend on his Instagram for her birthday, and he never posted me before on his Instagram. Not even for my birthday. And I asked him about it, and he said it was nothing. She was just a friend, and when it was my birthday, he would do the same. Never get it, nonetheless. Yeah, crazy, innit? The next thing was after I realized all the stuff that he was posting on his Instagram, he blocked me on Instagram. Bear in mind, we were living together in the same house, and he blocked me on his Instagram, and he would sometimes block me from his status and certain things like that, saying that there are certain things that he posts that his woman should not see. And I stayed. Whenever I asked him about date nights and stuff like that, he would always say that he doesn't have the money and there's more important things to get done than us going out on a date. So whenever we went out, I would always be the one paying, because I wanted us to build an actual bond and a relationship. Yeah. There are many more things that happened, but those things that happened in no way, shape, or form represent the person that I am now, or the person that I'm working towards becoming in the future. So to all the girlies who went through something similar to this, or is going through something like this, please leave. You deserve better. We all do. So let's work on ourselves to be the best version that we can possibly be. Loving ourselves is the most important thing that we can do for ourselves.
Things you need to know when purchasing your first car. If your car is not one of the latest cars, like for example, we're in 2023 and you're buying a 2023 car or 2024, chances are you're gonna have to foot some of the car money out of pocket if you're taking a car loan. Depending on the year, I think it will determine the amount you have to foot out of pocket for a deposit on the vehicle. Depending on the year of the car, the insurance also might be more. And I really don't know how to gauge this, because if the car is new, the insurance is pricey, and the car is old, I don't know if they're gonna even give it. I don't know if they're gonna give it to you or they're not gonna give it to you, but you have to factor that in, that it's gonna cost you. Depending on the year of your vehicle, it's really gonna affect your insurance too. So my recommendation is to try and get your license, have it put on for at least a year before going out for your vehicle. Nothing wrong with waiting, because best believe it's gonna take some time before you get that vehicle. And that's the next thing. Nobody not telling you how long it take you to get one vehicle, if you're going through the bank. And while we're on the bank, you have something to factor in: the processing fee. The processing fee, I think, can be between 1 to 3%. I could be wrong if it's not 1 to 2. I just think it's the bank. But you have to remember that it's 1 or 2% on the entire amount of the vehicle. Have the money they put down. On top of the insurance. Depending upon where you go, you probably have to pay for the registration too. If you have the money, you can pay a fee for the year, or you can pay a fee for 6 months. On top of that, some people give the fitness complimentary. But chances are you have to pay for the evaluation out of pocket. I don't remember how much evaluations are. Somebody can comment. But you have to go pay for that. Most times the fitness is done in advance, but still factor that in. Maybe you might have to pay a fee depending upon who you get the car from. Also, if you're getting the money from the bank, you're gonna have to do a credit check. Last, it's gonna take time. Go with a dealer that you hear some review about. Don't just go with anybody. Ladies, if you're going to get a car, bring some guy with some car knowledge with you. And don't make nobody push no car upon you. Have in mind the type of car that you want. And if you realize that things not work out with a particular dealer, find somewhere else. A lot of these dealers gonna force these vehicles on you. Sometimes I better not walk off on certain things. And guys, feel free to comment any tips that you would have for a new car owner or prospective one. Each one help one.